How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the second episode of the Arratikast. We are here today to talk about some new things that we've just experienced in the past few days. Hopefully you'll enjoy the ride as we talk about extreme nonsense.
You sound like someone from Disneyland.
That's the point, because we just got back from there. However, we'll get to that later. What we're talking about right now is John Krasinski's
A quiet place.
Shh. Yes, quiet.
You have to be
it's
quiet
a place of quiet.
You know, the funny thing about A Quiet Place, actually, this has nothing to do with the movie, but like the whole theatrical experience, you hear people chewing on their popcorn. And You hear people kind of
I felt bad moving around in my seat because even the smallest sound you can hear in the theater, because I would say a good 80% of the movie is just dead silent.
Yeah.
So you hear everything that's going on in the movie, and you become very self-aware of the sounds that you yourself are making.
Yeah. Well, we're going to talk about this, and we're actually going to talk about John Krasinski's A Quiet Place in full spoilers. So
Yes.
just a heads up for anybody who has not seen A Quiet Place, we highly suggest you see the movie. We want you guys to go out and support John Krasinski and Emily Blunt. They're actually husband and wife in real life. And they're a starving family. They need food. So go out there, go see A Quiet Place. Give them all the monies that you can.
It's tax deductible. I'm just joking. Don't quote me on that. It's not tax deductible to donate to the poor.
Put it on the movie box, on the Blu-ray cover.
There it is.
There you go.
John Krasinski, if you're listening, God, if you are, then what are you doing here?
Yeah.
Second off,
Jesus.
put that on the box. It's tax deductible.
From Eric.
From Eric.
That's it, just Eric. All right, so we're going to talk about A Quiet Place and spoilers. So I'm going to leave a timestamp right here so you guys can skip ahead and, talk. Yeah.
Right, and not have the movie spoiled for you. So 3, 2, 1.
Here we go. A Quiet Place was,
Yes.
Again, it was pretty fucking good.
It was a fantastic movie.
Yeah. I saw it twice. I saw it, when did I see it? I think the first time I saw it was on a Saturday night.
It was a couple days ago that you had gotten back and told me about The Quiet Place and how cool it was. So naturally, being on vacation as I am right now, I decided, hey, let's go catch a movie. What better time?
Yeah.
So Quiet Place was the one that we decided on, and I gotta say I was not disappointed.
Yeah. I mean, I told him, I was like, you're missing out on Truth or Dare and Rampage.
Oh boy, yeah.
You're totally missing out.
Yeah, I really could live without seeing either of those films, but yeah, Quiet Place seemed good because, come on, it's John Krasinski.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a little thing I'm going to admit over the Arratikast.
All right.
I've never seen an episode of The Office.
I've seen a couple episodes, but I'm not that huge of what you would call a fan.
I thought you were going to freak out on me.
No.
What? You've never seen The Office?
I mean, right, this is the internet after all. How could you?
Yeah.
How could you have not seen the Office?
You don't deserve to see A Quiet Place
You don't
twice in
deserve
theaters.
John Krasinski.
Yeah, I'm kind of familiar with his work. I've seen that one movie that he was in, the Michael Bay movie. The 12 Soldiers, the Benghazi movie.
I don't know.
I do remember there was a dude in there fighting with his shorts on.
I don't remember that at all. But I mean, this is the first actual movie I've seen him in. I've mostly just seen him in dumb meme videos and Office clips.
Yeah,
which I've enjoyed. Again, don't watch The Office, but the clips and things that I've seen, I don't know. I feel like I should watch it.
Yeah, exactly. It's actually convinced me to watch The Office, but now it's actually I don't look at John Krasinski as like a meme anymore, more or less. He's working his way out of that, and I see him putting effort into the work, such as directing A Quiet Place.
Right.
And if he keeps going where he's going right now, I think he's going to have a bright future ahead of him. He's actually going to feed his family.
I think so too. They're actually going to have food on the table this month.
Yes.
Good for them.
Yeah. We want to root for the underdogs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and get into the movie. Enough about John Krasinski. Let's talk about the movie itself.
All right. So the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
The first 5 minutes of the movie. Now, what I absolutely love about it is like, it skips all the exposition bullshit.
Yes.
It's just like, you know what? We're not going to tell you what the monsters are, what happened, like once they arrived,
where they came from, or anything like that.
They skipped all that. They're like, no, we're going to place you right in the middle of the story. and I think it starts off at like day 89.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, so 89 days, that's about a good 4 months.
Yeah, 4 months after this.
Well, I say 4 months. I say like 3 months.
Yeah, about.
Yeah.
But either way, it's a good period of time after this apocalypse of whatever sort that's going on in this world happens, and it's just them with their new lives trying to survive.
Yeah. And that first 5 minutes, super quiet. So you're like, okay, it's establishing that that's what you're going to see a lot of the movie.
Exactly.
And for good reason, too.
And it establishes it very quick.
Yeah. So, I mean, even the trailers kind of promotes, like, if they hear you, they will hunt you.
Yeah.
And, that's what you as an audience are, okay, yeah, these monsters are hunting these people down based on the sounds they make. So them making sure that every action that they make is as quiet as possible makes sense. You're like, okay, I get what this family is doing.
Yeah.
They went to like a pharmacy because like one of their kids was sick or something.
Yeah, and they were getting drugs and everything, and like even them picking out the different prescriptions out of their little cabinet or whatever, they were really careful with how they picked it up. They didn't want the pills rattling around in there.
Yeah.
They showed a lot of shots of their feet, which you saw were barefoot.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't make a lot of sound when they're stepping on the floor. And then also, like, another thing that they show was that he had created a path of sand from their house to the town.
Yeah.
And it was for them to walk on, so they wouldn't, again, make any
Get lost.
sound.
Get lost or not make any sound.
Right.
Most possibly not make sound.
Yeah.
But it establishes that very well. Then it gets to the title card, the title card of the movie. Once it just the little dust fart happens on screen, it says A Quiet Place.
Yep.
And how that happens is, as you see in the trailer, one of the kids grabs a hold of the rocket ship.
Yes.
Actually, one of the sisters, actually the only sister, the sister gives the littlest brother a rocket ship.
Yeah, the one that you see in the trailer, and
Yeah.
he turns around with his beard and he's like, oh, shit.
Yeah, he's like, oh, my kid just, and then it's a very painful scene, as you can see, because like Emily Blunt sees this and is like, oh, fuck. You see on her face where she's like, I'm about to watch my kid get killed right in front of me, and I have to be as quiet as possible.
Yeah, and like that's what I think made this movie so powerful, is because it didn't rely on them reacting like a normal human being would, screaming or yelling or saying no or whatever.
Yeah.
It was them having to be quiet out of necessity, out of survival.
Yeah.
And just watching something horrible happen while trying to stay quiet was like a whole nother level of torture and agony for these people. It was powerful.
Yeah, and seeing John Krasinski actually fail in saving his child, him getting snatched by that huge monster.
By the Babadook, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, exactly. But Kevin Spacey just comes in.
Oh boy, that is very topical. Don't let Kevin Spacey hear you if you're a young boy.
The whole thing is a metaphor for Kevin Spacey. Holy shit!
Those monsters. If you look at their hair,
it
looks like Kevin Spacey hair. I remember one of the monsters coming out and saying, "This isn't just regular warfare. This is advanced warfare." And then looks at the camera.
And then has a bag of Doritos just right next to
right, and Mountain Dew. Be sure to stop by your local 7-Eleven, pick up the Mountain Dew and Dorito special, and get doubled gamer experience points this weekend. Yeah.
And surprisingly enough, I don't know if you knew this, it's a fun fact about the monsters. The whole armor was made out of Doritos. That's how Kevin Spacey got super.
It all makes sense. It's all coming together. It's all coming together. But
yeah, that was the intro of the movie.
Yeah.
Their kid dies.
Yeah.
Their youngest.
Right in front of them.
Yep. So it establishes like there's some serious stakes here.
Yeah.
And they're this is a movie that is meant to be taken seriously. Again.
Yeah.
So the movie shows the family that is like a couple hundred days after that event.
Oh yeah, like when they first show that day's title card, it was like 80 something days, and then it fast forwards to like
370.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So it basically is like, okay, it's been a decent amount of time since little boy was snatched up by Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, exactly. And Kevin Spacey's got him, and then it seems like these couple months nothing has happened. They just tightened up their schedule. They worked a little bit smarter. Yeah. But at the same time, this is revealed later on in the movie. They're kind of dealing with the whole loss of their brother or their son.
Yeah, they're all still dealing with it.
Yeah, and that's kind of like a more powerful, I should say, moments for these characters, because as much as they have to survive in such a shitty situation where all these monsters are just hunting them down based on sound, but still having to deal with the fact that they feel like they failed to protect,
Right.
one of their own.
Yeah.
And it sucks.
It does.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I really appreciated about this movie, it's when you go and see a good movie, good movies show, but they don't tell.
Yeah.
And this movie was full of showing, not telling, because obviously you couldn't really tell anything. Like you said, there wasn't any exposition. There wasn't anything really. It was just, here's this world, here's what's going on, here are the stakes based off of what you just saw on screen, and yeah, this is what the family has to deal with on a daily basis.
Yeah, and again, that's like you said, show and don't tell. Another example is the older daughter. She's deaf, and fun fact, she's deaf in real life. I think that's fantastic.
Yeah,
and that gave like a much more emotional performance, and it felt real too.
It did.
And so with that time frame of the day 89 from the very beginning, you can assume that she's like a good 10 or 11 years old. You can kind of pick up that John Krasinski and Emily Blunt, they had to learn sign language right then and there, because you kind of have to if one of your kids has a disability. You have to learn the ins and outs of what they have. And for this situation, they have to learn sign language.
Well, I would say that maybe they even knew sign language before this apocalypse happened, because
It could be.
Because I mean, she was already old enough to know how to communicate, at the beginning of the movie, which they said that we're about 3 months into this apocalypse or whatever. Mm-hmm. So I'm guessing she's been deaf her whole life, because she had one of those, not just the hearing aid, but the ones that connect to the side of your head, the ones that people are born with, basically.
Yeah.
Not the hearing aids, but the disability that requires it to be attached to your head. But I'm assuming that they knew how to speak sign language before all that, and then that just sort of came in handy with communicating with them, and that kind of explains why they knew it.
Yeah, and they had to teach their kids so they can communicate with their sister.
Right. And then of course that again helps them out in this world where you can't speak.
Yeah, they have an advantage.
Yeah.
Whereas me and you would be fucked.
Yeah,
because we talk all the time.
We'd probably just send texts back and forth, but I'm assuming that in this world of apocalypse, whatever, there wouldn't be a whole lot of power left over.
Yeah.
So
make sure that the vibrations are turned all the way off, because they would pick up on that.
Oh yeah, even then. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So me and you would absolutely be done.
Yeah.
But after the title card shows up, it shows them kind of dealing with the fact that they lost a family member, and even the sister feels like that was her fault. And then in a way, the dad doesn't say that he blames her, but in a way that he's like, yeah, maybe you shouldn't come with me on these things, as you saw in that one scene where he brings the other son to go to the river to catch some fish and stuff like that. And he doesn't bring her. And he's just like, nah, I need you to stay with your mom.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it was very subtle, but, he, like you said, he did not blame her outright, but in a way you could tell that he did kind of blame her for the youngest's death.
Yeah.
Because she was the one who gave him that little toy rocket that made the sound that made the monster thing, go and snatch him up.
Yeah.
So, he's kind of, I wouldn't say abandoned her, but he just sort of I don't want you jeopardizing anything that we're doing. Let me just take your brother and you stay here where it's safe.
Yeah. And I felt the frustration that the little girl had too.
Yeah.
Because she's just like, I want to help, but at the same time, I feel like, I have such a huge weight on my shoulders.
Yeah, because she says flat out too, or no, actually the younger son.
Yeah, she's like, she blames herself.
Yeah, she blames herself for all that,
Yeah.
So not only is she dealing with the fact that she thinks her dad doesn't want her around, but she's blaming herself for the death of her brother.
Yeah.
That's a lot to put on a 12, 13-year-old girl. That sucks.
Yeah, and you really felt that, especially at where, she there's a moment where she has a full-on just tantrum. And she gets, I think it was her little hearing aid thing. She throws it against a mattress or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, that sucks. When all your anger and frustration, and sometimes you get so frustrated where you just have to just slam something. Whereas that little girl, she had to be as quiet as possible.
Yeah, exactly.
And that sucks.
Exactly.
Major pause. It was awful. And Yeah, and they even set up the little grave for the child. And,
Yeah.
and it showed like what year it took place in. Like the kid was born like 2016, like 2020. So the kid was 4 years old.
Yeah, he was pretty small.
Yeah, he was a small little child.
Yeah.
Got snatched up year 2020. You can kind of assume that where these events take place was in between like 2020 and 2021.
Right.
So it's in the future.
Yeah.
I don't know. By the time that these monsters come down, it'll be like 2020 probably. So we have a good couple years.
Yeah, before Kevin Spacey starts snatching people up for making sounds.
Exactly.
So, there's that.
But then again, next year is 2019, and that's when Blade Runner takes place, the original one.
Shit. So we got a long way to go for replicants and flying cars then, don't we?
Yeah, so, I mean, that's what they thought that the future would go. So
Wow.
maybe that's the same thing for Quiet Place. Who knows? I don't know.
Maybe.
I can't tell the future. I'm not Oracle.
Not Oracle from Isle of Dogs.
I'm not Oracle from Isle of Dogs.
I'm not a pug.
Yeah, exactly. I'm no pug that's voiced by Tilda Swinton.
Hell yeah. But so like I don't know, like as the movie went on, obviously shit goes south, and one of those monsters finds their homestead, which is what you see in the previews where they turn the lights on, and they're just trying to survive those monsters as well as try to more or less defeat them.
Yeah.
So just that scene of them, like honestly, this whole like the whole scenario of the monster being at the farm could have been fixed or whatever if they were allowed to make sounds, but they weren't. So they get separated. The dad and the two kids get separated, and then like saw in the previews, the mom has the baby.
Yeah.
And that whole scene of trying to have a baby in complete silence is just bonkers.
It was crazy. This scene happens like middle of the movie.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's still plenty of movie to go.
Yeah, exactly.
And even though that was like the last shot that they show in the trailer, and then for it to happen in the middle of the movie, they're like, "Oh, don't worry, that some more shit's about to go."
Yeah, this baby's about to fuck shit up for all of you. So have fun with that.
It's kind of crazy. Like they had like a little baby kill box. They put the little anesthetic on the baby's face.
Well, no, it was just oxygen. It was just to help the baby breathe.
Yeah, to help the baby breathe. But in case if things were to go awry, then they would be prepared.
What are you talking about? No, they weren't planning on killing the baby.
No, they weren't planning on killing the baby, but like it would be like bait in a sense.
Bait?
Yeah.
How?
Because if the baby were to fucking cry, dude, like the monsters will be able to sense that shit, and then they'll be able to go away. It sucks. But at the same time, it's like that's what they were trying to do. I could be totally wrong. Maybe I should ask John Krasinski.
Maybe you should tweet him. See what he says.
I'm gonna tweet him. Actually,
all right.
Never mind. I'll tweet him later.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
So shit goes down at the farm. The monsters are there. They're trying to get back together because they're all separated at that point.
Yeah.
Monsters are everywhere. John Krasinski is trying to find the two kids, the deaf girl and the other son. They're having their own little adventure.
Yeah.
And there's a kind of a running theme in the movie where John Krasinski has been trying to find different parts and doing research on the human ear to try to make a hearing aid for his daughter, which never seems to work, and she's frustrated at that fact too.
Yeah.
So he finally makes one that he thinks is going to work. She puts it on.
It doesn't work at first.
Right, it doesn't work at first. Actually, it doesn't work the whole movie.
Yeah.
But since these monsters run off of sound to try to hunt these people.
Yeah, they have like a little extra ear hole somewhere that picks up on sound frequencies.
Right, that picks up on like really, really fine-tuned sound frequencies, right?
Yeah.
So by the time that monster finds or gets close to this girl, hearing aids amplify sound frequencies, right?
Yeah.
So they were actually, like the monsters were able to hear the frequency coming off of the hearing aid, which is a very high-pitched tone, and apparently was very painful to them. So when they got close to her, it was one of those like, it was like nails on a chalkboard to them. They're like, ooh, and then they ran away.
Yeah.
So it kind of establishes that, okay, so this hearing aid is going to play a pretty important role later in the movie.
Yeah. Which was actually pretty cool. This movie went by fast. It did feel like it flew.
It did. How long was the movie?
I don't know. I'd say like a good hour and a half, which is a pretty good.
That's a decent runtime. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good runtime.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of things about The Quiet Place that there's a lot to be praised on, especially like it's a very just little detail to it. Mm-hmm. There was a moment where John Krasinski was up on that little tower that he's watching over the entire
view,
and then he lights that fire. and then you see different fires being light off, different fires being set off.
Yeah.
But it's kind of implying that there's other survivors out there.
Yeah,
there's like these little communities.
Yeah, there's like a community of survivors that like let each other know, hey, I'm still alive.
Yeah,
that
was kind of cool. But once they lit the fire again later on in the movie, they're all gone.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
so, you're right. And like this is when all like the monsters find the farm and everything. So it's kind of implied that oh shit, they got everybody.
Yeah,
because these monsters aren't just one of those things where they'll get you. You have a chance to run away, whatever. Like they'll get you and then you're dead, basically.
Yeah,
there's no like fighting back.
Yeah. Well, for one, it showed on that it's really heavy, just out there shot. When it shows like John Krasinski's secret lab, and then it's panning through like all these different news articles, like they use sound and they're here to kill us and shit like that. On that little whiteboard that he uses the expo markers on. He has things boxed in where it says creature boxed in.
Yeah,
and so all of his things that he has uses sound, has armor, has claws. In the area, 3 creatures confirmed.
Yeah.
It's like, what's the weakness? On one side, it's like totally obvious.
Right.
Or just like, okay, yeah, we get it.
Yeah, which again, it was sort of exposition-y with those, but they didn't exactly explain it too much. It was just like, no, this is just him working on his work, trying to figure out what the hell these things are, how to beat them, that sort of thing.
Yeah, it was kind of like, whatever. But at the same time, it's like, I get it. Make it short, sweet, and to the point, because this story is more or less about a family trying to survive.
Right.
And I get that.
Right.
And in that aspect, it's totally cool. Like, I love that, because, what makes, again, a movie so great is having these characters feel human, and being put in a situation like this, like, how would you react to that?
Yeah.
And actually seeing these characters acting out these certain situations, whereas, like, being in a nightmarish world, it just makes it so much better.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. And that's what I got from A Quiet Place, too. And back to the scene where Emily Blunt has the baby.
Oh, boy, yeah.
She steps on a fucking nail.
Yeah, so she does this whole Home Alone thing where she's walking down the stairs and there's a nail sticking out of it. And the monster's already on the farm at this point, so she's trying to be extra quiet while she's trying to have a baby. Steps on a nail.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh my god. Like, everything's going wrong for poor Emily.
Yeah.
And, just everything's like, she's trying to avoid this monster while going through contractions, which I'm not a female. I don't know what y'all have to deal with when it comes to having a baby, but I hear it's pretty painful.
Yeah. I hear that's one of the most painful things that a human body could experience, besides getting something cut off without anesthetic.
Right. So, I mean, she's having to deal with that while trying to not get eaten by, some sound munching monster.
And that's pretty tough.
Yeah.
I can only imagine. I don't know what it's like to give birth to a child while trying to be quiet from monsters.
Kevin Spacey right outside your door, just waiting for that baby to pop out. But
waiting for him to play Advanced Warfare.
Yeah.
So
it's like, so it's just like, it was very tense.
Yeah.
The whole scene was actually, the whole movie was tense. I was tense the whole movie.
Yeah.
There wasn't a point where I was just I was relaxed. I was scared for this family.
Yeah, you were scared, and in turn it made you kind of be quiet in the movie theater.
Yeah.
As you can notice with like a lot of people, because they were trying to do the same thing too.
Not the couple next to us though. They were chit-chatting the whole goddamn time.
Oh, really? I wasn't paying attention.
You didn't hear that?
No, I didn't hear that.
Oh, I don't know. They were on my side, but it was just this really fat white redneck couple, I'm guessing. It was just like your typical, like, let's go to Walmart, ride around on the little scooters and buy like
2 things, I think.
Right, it's just like that, like those kind of people, right?
Yeah.
They're just chit-chatting the whole time. Like when that scene where he's pouring the sand on the thing. I remember like the guy saying like, "Oh, where's she getting the sand from?" She's like, "I don't know. Why are you asking?" And I'm like, "Who cares?
Watch the fucking movie."
Right? I was just like, just watch the movie.
How does John Krasinski grow his beard so quickly?
I don't know. Just watch the movie. It's not important.
Oh my! I didn't hear that. That's news to me.
Well, thank God for that.
Okay, yeah, thank goodness. But yeah, dude, Emily Blunt has a fucking baby while she has a nail in her foot, and at the same time, John Krasinski, his character being the genius that he is, was like tells his kids like, "Hey, go set off rockets."
Oh yeah.
Because your mother needs your help. And then the kid, super smart, runs all the way to the rockets and makes sure he covers up the little lighter sound.
Yeah.
Lights the rockets, and then actually give Emily Blunt a natural birth where she can scream her head off.
Yeah, exactly. So she's able to scream and yell as the fireworks are going off.
That shot where it shows John Krasinski running with the gun and the fireworks going off in the back, mwah, it was so good. It was so tense.
Yeah.
Mixed in with the music and dude, it was great.
And the fact that like everything was so quiet, there wasn't really any music at all.
No,
it was just
there's a soundtrack to it.
I mean, there's a soundtrack, yeah, but like certain scenes, I remember just it being dead silent. Like when, after the fireworks are done going off and whatever, and he's running back towards the house, he's sprinting,
quiet,
and it's dead quiet.
Yeah,
like usually any other tense action movie, like there'd be like a soundtrack or there'd be a song or something to kind of tell the audience what to feel. Like, oh, this is gonna be tense. Let's play like some thrilling music. Let's get you in the mood. But it was just quiet.
Yeah,
it was just like, oh my god, like you were enthralled with what was going on the screen.
Exactly. So Emily Blunt gives birth. They give birth to a baby boy, and they put it in the kill box.
Yep.
Give it to Yanisek, and then but it's not over from that point. Not only do John Krasinski, Emily Blunt, and the new baby get away, they go underneath that little basement area, and then they put the mattress over to cut off any sounds. Their kids are missing.
Yeah, because like while this was all going on, they got separated from the two older kids.
Yeah, exactly. So Emily was like, "You got to find them," and she's just like freaking out because she's having a flashback. So that brief little flashback before she wakes up of her kid getting snatched up. There's still that fear, and rightfully so, because she's a mother. That's one of the worst things a mother can go through is having to bury their own child. And she's still is like, oh my god, I want to experience that. I go, John Krasinski, use your beard to go out and find them.
Yeah,
and then he does.
Yeah,
and one thing I know is like he leaves the gun with her.
Yeah,
the one that he sprints towards the house and then
he leaves with the shotgun.
Yeah,
which smart.
Yeah, very smart, actually. I'm kind of glad that he didn't bring the shotgun. Then a stupid moment happens right after that. You know what moment I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what I'm talking about.
It's right when the whole basement gets flooded.
Yeah.
And it was making this loud river sound. And John Krasinski gets out from under the mattress and starts walking, and you can clearly hear it being flooded.
Yeah.
And then fast forward to Emily Blunt, still kind of knocked out from giving birth. Now she notices that the place is getting flooded when the water's knee deep.
So, all right, let me just set up the scene for the viewers who haven't, or for the listeners who haven't seen this movie yet. So,
well, they've seen this movie. We'll put it on the timestamp. Remember?
Yeah, but I mean, like if like they don't care about the spoilers and they just want to hear about it.
Yeah,
so it's like. After she gives birth, after the whole shebang's done and the fireworks go off and everything, the monster actually like kind of rages through the house a little bit, but they were able to get to their soundproof basement where she can have the baby and yada yada yada.
Yeah.
So while this was all going on, while the monster was trashing up the house, it seems to have broken some water pipes.
Yeah.
And it was flooding the first story of the home, which of course is right above the basement. Now, it was pretty close to the entrance of said basement. So the fact that he didn't hear the gushing water from these broken pipes
is a
little strange.
Yeah.
Especially in a movie that's so quiet where they literally hear everything. It was a little hard to believe that he didn't hear that.
And naturally, when you're surrounded by an environment that's just so quiet, like any of the littlest noises you'd be able to hear.
Yeah.
So I'm very surprised that John Krasinski just walked away from it.
Yeah, and then didn't think, hey, my wife and newborn child are underneath this basement that is currently being flooded. And then of course she wakes up when, like you said, the water is already like knee high, and oh, by the way, there's a monster in there with her.
Yeah.
Oh fuck. Oh, and the baby is there.
Yeah.
Too. And it, like, we're just, like, honestly, the baby was almost like one of those, like a time bomb. You're like, okay, when is it going to cry?
Yeah.
We know it's going to happen. When is it going to cry?
Yeah.
Oh,
and that's what made it more crazy, too, because now Emily Blunt has to deal with the ticking time bomb baby. Mm-hmm. At the same time, one of the monsters actually manages to get in that basement.
Yeah.
You see it rise up from the water, and you're just like, oh, shit. Yeah. Emily Blunt's like...
She's done for.
She's done for. But luckily enough, the kids being on their little safe spot because they're on their tower where the corn is being harvested. I don't know how corn works.
It's a silo. It's a corn silo.
Oh, okay. Well, I feel stupid now. But one of the daughter falls down from the top of the silo, and then falls off, and then so does the other kid. They fall down, which makes that loud bang. Oh, actually, no, it's the door. The door makes that loud goosh, and then that's what made the monster from the basement go down to
right. And so like they're sinking in like corn quicksand, basically. It's like a big old corn silo full of corn, and they're sinking in the corn, which I don't know if that's how it works. But for the sake of the movie, why not? It adds a little extra, suspense to it. But and then at that point, the monster comes and tries to get them. The girl still has her hearing aid in, which at that point she kind of sort of puts two and two together. Like, okay, well, that my hearing aid starts to ring really, really loud when these things are around, and then this thing goes into pain. It starts writhing in pain when my thing goes off. So maybe there's something to this. I don't know. The thing runs off, and John Krasinski finds them and brings them all back together, and
Well, they hinted at that before when she reunites with her brother, and she's trying to find, because she can't find her at a certain point. Yeah. Then the monster kind of sneaks up on her. You're like, oh shit, and of course she can't hear anything. Yeah. The monster's right behind her. She can't see shit, and then just so happens that the little earpiece just goes off, and then the monster's like, oh fuck, this kind of sucks, I never heard this before, and then he runs off.
Right, but I mean, she didn't know that it was behind her.
That's why I said. Yeah.
Right. So to her, it was just her.
That's weird.
You're right. Like her hearing aid, just like, oh, it's on the fritz. That's strange.
I'm not gonna worry about that because I need to find my brother.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then the second time around, it's like, okay, the monster is around and the hearing aid is on the fritz. Okay.
Yeah.
She kind of gets the idea for it, and it's like, okay, whatever, and she turns off her hearing aid because it doesn't work anyway, so she's like, whatever.
Yeah. So John Krasinski and the kids, they reunite. Okay, so they're safe, everybody's safe, right? So they need to make it back to the basement. However, the monster is still in the area. Yeah. So John Krasinski, being weaponless, he left the gun with Emily Blunt, and Emily Blunt, she's free of the monster, so she's able to look on through the monitors in John Krasinski's super lab. Yeah. And then, sadly enough, it gets a very emotional moment, and that was when, after he gets the axe, that's when the monster shows up and knocks John Krasinski like a couple feet back. Yeah. It's like, oh shit, and then John Krasinski tells the kids, get to the truck, and there just so happens to be the truck there. Yeah. And they show that where the truck was earlier on in the movie. Yeah.
They establish it's not just a thing that just happens to be there. Like it's been there.
Yeah, and at this time, the daughter doesn't know that her earbud actually, weakens them a little bit. Yeah. But that's when the emotional moment happens, because right when the monster knocks John Krasinski back, he's injured on his rib cage, and probably just opened something up, and he's just like super injured. And the monster was able to hear the kids get inside the truck, and then the monster's just
starts ripping and tearing at the truck, trying to get to the kids.
Yeah, trying to get to the kids and everything. And then John Krasinski, sign languages the daughter, and says, "I love you. I've always loved you." And it's very sad. Yeah, because that it was like the final reassurance that, like, hey, that the little girl, her thoughts towards her dad was completely false. Yeah, and that. She's still part of the family. That's all she wanted to hear. And John Krasinski lets out the most painful scream that I've heard.
Yeah, it was pretty sad.
It was sad because you can hear like the crack in his voice. Yeah, and that's what made it so powerful, was because it's not going to sound just like sounds so loud and powerful, but
yeah, it was just
you felt that moment where he's just like, I'm going to be separated from my kids now. Yeah. But at the same time, it's a good redemption arc for his character, because, he failed to save his family in the beginning, but now he's sacrificing his life to protect them. Exactly. To give them, just a little extra day or whatever. However long it takes. Right. And
so it
was sad.
It was.
Seeing the monster hear his scream, whereas the kid can, let go of the emergency brake on the truck, and they take off. Yeah. And then the monster snatches up John Krasinski. Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah. So while John Krasinski is getting ripped to shreds, the kids make it away in their, like they make their getaway in the truck. Yeah. They roll back to the house. Everything seems fine for the most part. You know, they're safe. So they go back down to the basement. The daughter finds her dad's little collection of hearing aids that he was working on, trying to get her to hear again. So it kind of reassures her that he did care the whole time.
Yeah,
you know, because the whole movie she just kind of thought that he blamed her for the death and didn't want her around and yada yada yada. So this was just her way of seeing like, oh wow, my dad actually did put a lot of time and effort into me.
Yeah,
you know. So they're in John Krasinski's little lab thing, and then the monster comes back down the stairs. Yeah, they're all trying to be quiet. Yeah, you know, and
of course the baby is awake.
Yeah, the baby's awake, and it's like making cooing noises. Like it's like about to cry. Like that sound that babies make like before they start to cry.
Yeah.
You know, it starts doing that. So you're sitting there as an audience member, like, oh God, here we go.
They're dead.
Exactly. Yeah,
they're all dead.
Yeah, they're dead. And of course, Emily Blunt has the shotgun ready, which is, you know, obviously a very loud gun. Yeah. So sure, they can kill that one, but guess what? More are gonna come after she fires the weapon.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's one of those like,
what do we do? And then...
Exactly. So then the daughter she finally figures it out. Oh, my hearing aids is what messes with their equilibrium or what the hell ever they have. Yeah. So she turns it on. It starts messing with their hearing or whatever. It goes down, you know, and then we're safe, blah, 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 blah. And then it gets back up. It gets back up and it gets to the point where it's just like, oh no, now they're really going to get her.
Yeah, so, it's pissed.
It's pissed, right? It knows she's there. So what she does, she takes out her hearing aid, puts it to a microphone that was on her dad's ham radio that he was trying to use to, you know, send out SOSs to different countries and whatnot, try to get some help.
Somehow she knew how to operate it and everything. So
it was a little bit weird about that, but I mean, she just turned the knob, turned the volume up basically. Yeah. And then basically blasted that frequency at this monster, which made it go all wonky. And then of course Emily Blunt shot it in the face.
Yeah.
And it went down and died.
Head exploded and everything, and that was it.
Yeah, it went down and died. Which of course, you know, it was like one of those like, oh, we're safe. But then we look at the monitors that are like the security camera monitors that are around the farm, and oh boy, there are the other two. Yeah. The other two start rushing towards them. Yeah. So what do? Emily Blunt cocks the shotgun.
Roll credits.
Roll credits.
Directed by John Krasinski.
Not even joking. That was.
But I've heard a lot of complaints that people are like, I did not like this ending. And I was like, I get it and I don't get it at the same time. Like, I get it because, like, oh, I want to see a little bit more. Because just that awesome ending where they're like, all right, now they finally took it down. Yeah. They found a way. Now let's show them taking down the rest.
It was like the ending of Independence Day. We're like, now we know how to take those sons of bitches down. Spread the word. And the guy gets on the little telegraph thing. And
then that's it.
And then the movie just ends there. I'd be pretty pissed. Yeah. You know, but you're right. Like, I understand why people would be pissed off about that, because they do want to see that action of them killing these things that have been killing them. But that's not what this movie was about. It was about a family trying to survive. Yeah. You know,
and then, you know, bonding as a family. Right. You know, getting through all the struggles, you know, as a family. Yeah. That's what it is. The whole movie is, you know, a metaphor of functioning as a family. And, you know, even parenting, actually. I even heard those comparisons. Yeah. You know, where there's like, oh, yeah, this movie's about parenting. Mm-hmm. Which, you know, I can see. I get it. But, which, you know, I wanted to see those monsters get just annihilated.
Yeah, I mean, we all do. But, I mean, it was a lower budget.
Yeah, it was just another thing.
It was a lower budget horror/thriller film. Yeah. So I understand that they couldn't put too much effort into... Oh, not effort, but they couldn't put too much of their budget into that.
Yeah, it's like, use your imagination. There you go.
There you go. And, you know, that's fine by me. The rest of the movie was well enough where I didn't really feel like I needed that.
Yeah. And, we just basically talked about the whole movie in spoilers.
Yeah.
That was rather quick.
Yeah. So, all right. So
it's in 40 minutes quick.
So let's do final thoughts. Final thoughts on John Krasinski movie.
I'd say, like, you know, it was a pretty original concept. I haven't seen anything like that in a movie, and I can't really say ever. So it was really nice and refreshing to see that a movie in April would just be like, oh, hey, here you go. Mm-hmm. And then have it be a very suspenseful thriller involving around a family, which was pretty neat. John Krasinski as a director, I think he has a bright future ahead of him. Mm-hmm. I want to see him do more stuff, especially, you know, since he announced that he was going to do that sci-fi thriller.
That should be interesting.
Yeah. And Yeah, I'm happy for him. I'm happy for him and Emily Blunt. I hope that the next movie they do it together because it worked.
Yeah, their chemistry in this movie was very, very obvious.
Yeah.
Because they're married, so it makes sense. But yeah.
But yeah, I would say work on a couple things here and there. John Krasinski's probably not listening to this, so it doesn't really matter. But other than that, it's a really, really solid movie, and I'd probably give it 8 John Krasinski beards out of 10.
Yeah. Okay. 8. Yeah, that's a pretty good score, I would say. I don't know. My favorite thing about this was the whole show don't tell aspect, which I've always been a big fan of in movies in general, or just it's a better, like, you tell that these writers put a lot more effort into this when they show something and rather than just explain shit to you.
Yeah.
And I've always appreciated that more in movies. So if I had to give it a score, I would give it 8.5 John Krasinski beards out of 10 John Krasinski beards. So it's not a perfect movie by any means, but it is a very good movie, and I would highly recommend going to see it.
Yeah, you should probably see it once, and I would imagine me telling like a lot of people, hey, go see it.
Yeah,
go see this movie because it's definitely worth seeing.
And not only that, they actually advertise it pretty well too.
Yeah, exactly.
I've been seeing a lot of advertisements for A Quiet Place, and there's even a hashtag for it. I can't remember what it is, but there is one for it.
Shut the fuck up or something like that.
Probably, yeah. Hashtag
keep your fucking mouth shut.
Hashtag shut up. Yeah, all right, but
hashtag John Krasinski beard.
John Krasinski beard.
Yeah. I honestly think that one of the hashtags is like shut the fuck up.
It has to be. It has to be because a lot of the kids are just making too much goddamn noise.
Yeah.
Speaking of kids making noise,
boy,
you wanna talk about Pixar Fest?
Oh, I thought you were about to mention Kevin Spacey because we're about to talk.
Oh no,
we talked about Kevin Spacey too much.
Kevin Spacey's been talked about enough. He's a pedophile. Let's move on.
Okay. Yeah, Pixar Fest.
Pixar Fest.
Yeah, we went to that, and
yes.
It started up recently. It started up when? The 13th?
I believe it was the 13th.
What's today? I lost track. It's the 16th.
All right, so yeah, it opened up about 3 days ago. At least the hard opening. I know that there was some soft openings before then, which basically means they roll out all of the stuff that they will have for the festival, but it's not official, more or less. Sort of like how we did the soft opening for the Food and Wine Festival.
Yeah.
Where it was before it technically opened, but they still had the stuff out. They just wanted to test it out, see how it went.
Yeah.
Improve on any things they need to improve on,
and by the last couple weeks, it was
full swing.
Yeah, exactly.
Full swing. So yeah, it's in full swing now. This Pixar Fest at California Adventure and Disneyland. FYI, this is not a paid advertisement for them.
No, we just live in California. We go to Disneyland a lot.
Exactly. That's just what you do when you're in California. You smoke weed, you go to the beach, and you go to Disneyland. That's just what you do.
Yeah, exactly.
But plus we have season passes, so it helps as well.
Yeah.
And honestly, if it was a sponsored content by Disney, that'd be pretty nice. But it isn't.
That would be nice. Yeah, but sadly,
it is not.
Or by Pixar.
Ooh, that would be even better.
Yeah.
Now, I've always been a really big Disney fan. Not just for the movies, but just the parks, the history of it. It's just, it's American culture. That's just what it is.
Yeah.
It is American culture at its finest.
Yeah, and there's no going back, especially when you have like 90 years.
Yeah.
Just Disney shit.
Exactly. Disney's been around for so goddamn long. It's like it's not going anywhere anytime soon. It owns Marvel. It owns Fox. It owns ABC. It owns ESPN. It owns everything. It will own you someday. But until then, we're going to go to the parks. We're going to enjoy our time there.
Doesn't Disney own Apple a little bit?
No, but they're like buddy with each other.
Okay.
Only because Steve Jobs, I'm not 100% sure on this fact, but what I hear is Steve Jobs back in the day when Pixar was doing shitty, he bought a bunch of stock in the company or something like that, ended up saving it, and then of course they go on to make Toy Story.
Timeless classics.
Like Toy Story and The Good Dinosaur. And Cars 2.
Yeah. Thank you, Steve Jobs.
Thank you, Steve Jobs, for that.
We're actually recording this on an Apple computer, so thank you, Steve Jobs.
Thank you, Steve Jobs, wherever you may be.
Thank you. Probably with the Apple gods.
Probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Pixar Fest is pretty cool. The decorations were as quality as you would expect from Disneyland.
Yeah.
Or from Disney in general.
One of the things I've noticed is, especially with the there's like this little food court area called Pizza Port. It's in Tomorrowland.
Yes.
And there's like, if anyone's ever seen it on like Instagram or Facebook or just any social media, that's just a big old rocket just standing right next to Space Mountain. This little food court's called Pizza Port.
Yeah.
And it's like no one calls it by Pizza Port.
We all call it.
We call it Pizza Planet.
Because it's from it's Pizza Planet. It's space. It sells pizza.
Yeah.
It's Pizza Planet.
Yeah, exactly. And for them to just keep it at Pizza Port for 15 plus years since Toy Story's been out.
Right. It's
kind
silly.
of a sin. Yeah.
Yeah.
And even the employees call it Pizza Planet.
Yeah, because we know, like, the guests know what they're talking about.
Yeah. And, employees, they're human too. So you talk to them. You're like, oh, do you call it like Pizza Planet? No. Or Pizza Port? You're like, no, it's Pizza Planet.
Yeah, it's Pizza Planet. Everyone loves Pizza Planet. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
But,
and they finally put up a little cheap sign. And I loved it for that.
That says Pizza Planet.
Yep.
And they even had that big old like robot guard that was in the movie that was in there for like 2 seconds.
Yep.
That you are cleared to enter. Welcome to Pizza Planet.
Yes.
They have one of those guards out in front of the door, which I was like, oh hell yeah, that was great.
He didn't speak, did he?
No, he didn't. He didn't speak.
Fuck.
It wasn't animated or anything.
Yeah.
But just the fact that he was there was like, all right, I appreciate that.
And what did we get from Pizza Planet?
We didn't get any food. We just got one of those little green alien macaroons. Those little guys with the 3 eyes and the claw and all that.
Yeah. So, I mean, macaroons, they're already expensive as they are. But...
Right, but I mean, macaroons, like you said, they are expensive, but those little small, dainty ones, they're, a few bucks a piece. This was actually a pretty decent-sized macaroon. It was the size of, like, I want to say like a Hot Pocket. Maybe, it was like the length of a Hot Pocket, but a little bit fatter.
Yeah.
I would
say Hot Pocket.
It was a decent sized macaroon.
Yeah.
And it was, I don't know what the flavor of the actual cookie itself was, but it was a blueberry ganache in the middle with like some sort of like lemon meringue.
Like custard or something?
Yeah, like lemon custard in the middle. So it's like blueberry and lemon. You really can't go wrong with it, but damn, it was good.
Yeah.
It was really good. And it looked cool. I mean, let's be honest. You eat with your eyes first.
Yeah, exactly.
And it looked amazing.
You use your nose, and then you finally use your teeth.
It was amazing. Yeah.
I thought it was real. I'm not a huge fan of macaroons to begin with, because I think that they're okay.
Sure.
But after trying this one, I was like, okay, I want to expand my macaroon tasting.
Yeah, I mean, they have little macaroon stands in downtown Disney that they sell little other gay macaroons. So I don't know. We'll give those a shot the next time around.
Are they good? I don't know macaroons. I've never had those.
I don't want to go to those little stands or anything, but I don't know. I feel like maybe we should at some point.
Yeah.
I got the rest of the week off. I'm sure we'll go again.
Yeah.
But yeah. So the macaroons at Space or Pizza Planet.
Is this Space Planet?
Yeah, it's Space Planet. Of course, they got all their cool merchandise. They got the shirts. They got the drinky cups. They got the mugs. They got your whatnot.
Yeah. Got their pins and everything.
Oh yeah,
Pixar Fest pins.
Yeah, of course I had to get myself a pin.
Yeah,
I'm a pin collector. I'm a sucker for that sort of shit. So
yeah.
I had to get that. And they're doing a lot of different flavored churros there as well. Yeah. Where each land will have a different flavor churro. Tomorrowland had that strawberry churro.
I saw that. I smelled it. It smelled delicious.
It smelled really good.
Yeah.
They had the strawberry one in Tomorrowland. They had the chocolate one in Frontierland, right in front of the Golden Horseshoe, which is by where the Mark Twain riverboat is boarded.
Okay.
And then they also had the carrot cake one, which you were nice enough to buy for me, so I thank you for that.
Oh, no problem.
And
you drove me.
Yeah, right. Okay, yeah. That's about the same amount in gas, so I guess that evens out.
Yeah.
But it was like the churro itself was really good. Had some really different type of cinnamon sugar on the outside with a cream cheese, raisin, and carrot dipping sauce that you would dip it in. And honestly, I was like,
better than the Szechuan sauce.
Better than the Szechuan sauce. Pickle-ree. Pickle-ree. But yeah, the sauce itself didn't look the best. But after dipping, I'm like, oh dang, this is dank.
There's like these orange little vomit chunks in there.
It was carrot.
Yeah. It looks like vomit chunks.
Yeah, I know. It looked like someone regurgitated into a cup and said, here you go.
Yeah, like Walt Disney's head just regurgitated into a little plastic thing.
And then there you go.
There you go.
So yeah, food and churros aside, they had the decorations were up. They had all the characters from Pixar movies out. They had Flick from everyone's favorite Pixar movie, A Bug's Life, out and about, which you never see there. So it's like, who the hell cares about Bug's Life? No offense to people who like Bug's Life, but
and they had everyone's favorite character, Tow Mater from Cars.
Yeah, but look, they put a lot of money into Cars Land. They're gonna get their money's worth out of it. But you know what? I saw. Okay, so you know how in Cars Land they do like decorations for every season, Christmas, Halloween, whatnot.
Yeah, Halloween's my favorite.
Halloween's dank. But you know how on that wall right next to that Mater's Junkyard Jamboree ride or whatever, they have all those like kind of like parody posters, but with cars. So like instead of like Bewitched, it's like Bugwitched, like a little like Volkswagen Bug or Witched, or Escape to Hitch Mountain. Hitch, because you put a hitch on the back of a car, you fucking get it.
And it's all these Disney movies, basically.
Right, but with cars.
Well, yeah.
I saw a post on Instagram about what they have for the Pixar Fest, and it's toy cars and like Finding Nemo, but like it looks like the actual posters from the movies, but all the characters are cars.
Yeah.
Finding Nemo, it had like little Marlin and Dory, little tiny little cars, but then Bruce, the big old shark, is a giant like tugboat, like a giant ship behind it. I gotta find the picture. I'll show you it after this, but it was pretty funny.
Yeah, show me the picture. Anyone out there, actually go look that up right now.
You're right.
I have no idea what he's talking about.
It's pretty funny. I just saw the post of it, and I was like, we need to check this out the next time we go.
There you go.
Because we had completely avoided Cars Land because it's always a madhouse. No matter what time of year, no matter what season, no matter what event is going on, it's a madhouse.
Well, for any of the viewers listening to this out there, if you go to California Adventure, we highly suggest going. The very first ride is Cars Land. Not Cars Land. The Radiator Springs Racers. Yeah. Because the moment that the park opens, it instantly becomes like an hour wait. Yeah,
that's the one ride people go on first.
Yeah.
Everybody goes on first.
Especially like a bunch of tourists.
Right.
You get people from all over the world coming to Disneyland.
Exactly. Which is why I appreciate Disneyland as a historical area, an historical park. Like I said, it's just American culture that everyone goes to. It's like, this is America here. This is Disney. But yeah, Radiator Springs Racers, you need to get on there first thing or get a fast pass as soon as you get into the gate, because that will go quick, FYI.
Yeah, exactly. So, and then right after that, go on Guardians, which they didn't have anything too crazy going on in the Guardians section.
It was just a normal day for Guardians, I think.
Yeah.
But one thing that I really enjoyed was their Pixar shorts that they had.
Oh yeah, they had the yeah.
So basically, if you're not aware with Pixar movies, they'll have the movie itself.
Yeah.
But before each movie, they'll have about like a 5 or 7 or 8 minute short where it's just now obviously it's a little bit different for Coco when they have that 28-minute Olaf's Frozen Retarded Adventure story.
Well, you want to know why they had that, right?
Well, because it was supposed to be for TV, but they were like, let's just put it on the movie instead.
No, it's because they knew that Mexicans were going to be late.
Hey.
They knew every single one of them was going to be... I shit you not. As soon as the movie was about to end, like 3 minutes in, that's when a bunch of Mexican families walked in.
Oh, is this the right movie theater? I think we're late.
We live in an area where there's a ton of Mexicans.
Yeah, I know. They were pretty much late.
And they're all late. Dude, you know what they were doing?
Yeah, I guess we're smart.
They're smart.
Yeah, racist, but smart.
But back to the short.
Getting back to these shorts. So yeah, each Pixar movie will have its own little short before it, and it has nothing to do with the actual movie itself. It's just them exploring a completely different story, or a little short, if you will, and then just doing whatever they want, really. Yeah. And a lot of them, I'd say like 80% of them are fantastic. Yeah. Like each year they come out, they're always nominated for best short. Yeah. Like Lava was nominated. I know Piper won. Yeah. Just they're just great.
Showed for the birds.
Yeah, right. So the ones that they were showing in this theater that's in the Hollywood section of California Adventure, they were showing For the Birds. Yeah. They showed Lava, which is one of my favorites, just because the song is dank as shit and the animation's awesome. Yeah. And those cloud effects, the cloud and lighting effects. Ooh. When time's passing, beautiful. Beautiful. and then the last one was it Piper?
Yeah.
With that little bird trying to get seashells in the beach.
Little cute little bird.
Yep. So we were able to check that out and just kind of take a look at what Pixar has to offer.
Yeah.
As far as shorts, and just sit down and watch these again on the big screen. It was a big nostalgia kick for me, and I really enjoyed that.
It was a treat. And plus, it's also a nice little thing because in the movie theater, of course, they have the screen. And then they have the little projectors on the side of the walls.
Yeah.
So when the cloud effects in lava were to happen, the projectors go off to make it feel like that there's like a 70 millimeter feel to it at the same time. There's like this huge screen.
Yeah.
To make it feel more real and lifelike.
And not only that too is that like those scenes in Piper where the little bird would get washed away by the water, it would actually sprinkle water on you in the theater.
Yeah.
And like in lava, when the time was passing and the wind was blowing and things like that, they kicked the fans on and you'd feel the breeze.
Yeah.
So it was a 4D experience. It was that old theater where the Muppets show used to be that nobody went to. It was Muppets 4D or something like that.
I barely remember.
Well, that was what it was back in the day when it was the Muppets. That was like what, 10 years ago or something like that.
Yeah. Muppets I still like the Muppets though.
I do too, but I mean it didn't do well in that part of the park. And honestly, they're overhauling the entire park. There's nothing really left of the old park there anymore. So
the only thing that's still there is like the big giant bear rock.
Right, the Big Bear. No, it's not Big Bear Rapids. I think it's like Grizzly Rapids or something like that.
Yeah, a lot of people call it Big Bear Rapids.
Yeah, but it's like that's the only ride there, and that has not been changed. Everything else has been changed or altered or fixed or whatever.
Yep, the original park is more or less dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rip in peace.
Yeah. So that was the whole Pixar Short Film Festival, which was pretty cool. Which I can imagine, if they're only going to show 3 within this week, maybe like the next week they'll show like a different.
Oh yeah, because
short and everything.
Yeah, they really have they have a lot of shorts.
Yeah.
So they'll have some space to fill.
Yeah, they'll switch out. It's from the April 13th to September, right?
Yeah, it's like mid-September. It's ending, so they got some time.
Yeah. Okay. So people out there who want to go on summer vacation to Disneyland, make sure you pack up a lot of waters too, because
oh yeah, hydration is key out there. I always bring a lot of water when it comes to going to the park, and honestly, for one, it saves you money. First off, because water there is like $3 a bottle.
Yeah.
And pack some snacks too. Pack some jerky, pack some crackers, pack your basics. Yeah. Peanuts and whatnot.
I wouldn't say too much salty stuff. That'll dehydrate your ass like crazy.
Yeah, that's true. It'll make you retain some water and all that, but just make sure that you're well fed, well hydrated, and you'll have a good time.
Yeah, there you go. So that was the Pixar Fest, and it's still pretty early on into the whole festival. So
I'm sure we'll go back and experience some more things. It was just too crowded today. We didn't stay the whole time.
Yeah, exactly.
Which now that I mention it, we should have stayed the whole time.
Oh, that's right. God damn it.
All right, so let me lay the stage here for you. So we were driving back from Disneyland.
We're gonna go see A Quiet Place.
Yeah, we're driving to go see A Quiet Place, and my brother pulls up his Instagram, and we're big fans of Ethan and Hila over at H3H3, probably one of the better YouTube creators out there at the moment.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, guess who's also going to Disneyland the same few hours that we were there? Oh, look at that. It's the Fupa King himself, Ethan, and his caregiver, Hila.
Yep.
And unfortunately, we had missed them. And upon checking the feed again when we got home, they were still there. So we could have gone back, but we didn't because we saw A Quiet Place and I'm a little bit tired.
Yeah. And sadly enough, they showed up with a group of people wearing red beanies. So and I was like, they could have easily been spotted. And
yeah, they could have very easily been spotted by us for people who knew what they were looking for. But no, we missed them. We missed them again, just like we missed Donkey and Ethan. Actually, no, you weren't there the last time. The last time I was there, Donkey,
you were there.
Yeah, Donkey and Ethan were there.
Next time, I'm not going to bring you to Disneyland next time in case I run into a celebrity.
Seriously, I feel like I'm bad luck. But no, I did also run into Funhouse when I was there, though.
Hey.
So I feel like I was kind of lucky.
Yeah.
Which shout out to Funhouse if they're listening. God knows why, but yeah, they're cool guys. They're cool guys. They took time out of their out of their vacation to take a picture with a weird fan, and I appreciate them for that.
Didn't Elise offer you popcorn?
She did. She offered me a little bit of popcorn. I politely declined.
Yeah.
But just the fact that she offered me some cheesy popcorn, knowing how expensive it is.
Yeah.
You know.
And I don't want to take your popcorn.
Yeah, I feel bad.
Probably need it for the baby. Oh
boy. Come on.
That'll be a good reveal.
Come on, James.
Yeah, come on.
Come on, James. Get with it.
Or Ethan and Neela. God damn.
I know. They already have Shredder. Get with it. Come on.
That's just the first stage.
Hey, you know what? James and Elise already have Benson.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So when's the kid? Whatever. We're not here to talk about YouTube couples.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's
actually, real quick, another celebrity encounter. This is a big one. Well, not really a celebrity encounter, but it was one of those things like we could have fucking seen them. It was when the celebration was going on, the Star Wars celebration.
Yeah.
When they were showing the Force Awakens trailer, the ones that me, you, and Dad went to.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, the leading actress of The Force Awakens, Daisy Ridley, was amongst us, the peasants. And she's like, hey, that back when she had an Instagram, because she canceled it for some reason. I totally forgot what it was. But yeah, she posted on Instagram. It's like, I'm ending the day with a ride on Star Tours. And she gives a thumbs up.
That bitch.
I was like,
God. Oh, God, that reminds me of another one.
What?
Go ahead and finish your story.
Yeah, and because right after the convention, they were like, we should go to Disneyland, just end the day. And we basically seen everything. So
yeah, but we're like, I'm tired though. Like we were up since like 1 a.m.
Yeah.
Like, it was already a long day at that point. We just wanted to get some sleep.
Yeah, exactly. And then, we just wanted to see the Force Awakens trailer. Like,
yeah, that was it.
The trailer debut. It was like the second one or something, but it was the newer one.
Yeah.
And then that happened when we were in that same auditorium, which was awesome, me and you. Yeah. That was fucking cool.
That was electric is what that was.
That was so cool. And we got to see the whole cast walk on to...
Yeah, new and old.
Yeah, even Carrie. Carrie showed up.
Rest in peace, Carrie.
Yeah, she was hilarious.
She really was.
She was a funny lady.
God, that just makes me even more sad that she's gone.
Yeah. She was genuinely funny. I was laughing so hard at a lot of the jokes that she says.
Yeah, and she had what was her dog's name?
Gary or something like that.
Gary was there too. I remember seeing Gary.
Yeah, she brought him, just like, whatever.
Just tongue hanging out. But,
yeah, could have seen Daisy Ridley. Anyway, go on with your story.
All right, so this was back in last year, 2017 December. I don't know if you guys know, but ABC, the broadcast company, they do like a holiday special that they do at Disneyland. Obviously, since Disney is a parent company to ABC, they own them. They will every year do like a sort of like a travel commercial. Hey, why don't y'all come down to Disneyland? They got Tom Bergeron. They get folks who work for ABC to come to basically go to Disneyland. They'll film them having a good time and say, look how great Disneyland is, the rest of the world. Why don't you come on down for the holidays? It's great. So it's like a big commercial they're filming there that whole day. So I was there that day. And there were cameras set up everywhere. There were like places that were fenced off for them to do the filming for the certain skits and whatnot.
Yeah.
I remember getting off of the Guardians of the Galaxy ride, and they were doing a shoot for some Korean news show.
Yeah.
It was some attractive Korean gal holding up this sourdough head of a Groot that you can get from the bakery over there. It's big. It's like a big sourdough loaf that's shaped like Groot. It's kind of neat.
Yeah.
So she was showing that off. I'm like, oh, that's kind of neat. They got like some news crews here. They got people doing this and that. So fast forward the rest of the day. We were going to Star Tours. And if you've ever been to Tomorrowland, there's that big marble ball that's sitting on that little fountain that people can kind of roll on there. You'll know what I'm talking about if you ever see it. But there was a news crew set up there, and they were interviewing people. And I was like, oh, this is kind of interesting. Let's just check it out. So I remember watching it, and I very distinctly remember this little special needs girl. And she was just going on and on and on about Star Wars. Like, oh, Star Wars is the greatest. Star Wars is so cool. It makes me so happy and blah, blah, blah. And I just was thinking,
that's
like,
cool.
I was like, yeah, that is cool.
Yeah.
That's great. Right outside of Star Tours, she had a good time on the ride. They're probably just interviewing people who rode the ride and just wanted to get some, reactions from it.
Yeah, you push her out of the way. All right, now it's my turn.
All right, now get out of the way.
Here's what Star Wars did for me as a child.
See, when I go on Star Tours, every single time I get Kashyyyk and I get Coruscant. Why is that, George Lucas? Anyways, So, all right. So I didn't think much of it. Whatever. No big deal. It was a cool little interview. And actually, while we were leaving, too, we also saw the two girls who voiced Anna and Elsa from Frozen sing.
Oh, Adele Dazeem?
Adele Dazeem and Kristen Bell.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, both of them. They were both singing that Frozen song in front of the castle. I'm not a huge Frozen fan, but it was still cool. It was like, hey, that's...
Did John Travolta present them?
Yeah. Adele the Jabazine.
Adele Dazeem is so fucking high.
Yeah, he was pretty stoned. But yeah, I saw them on the way out, and it was kind of cool. So anyways, getting back to that Star Tours story. So fast forward about a week when ABC gets all their post-production done and releases this little Disneyland for the Holidays trailer. They say, oh, take a look at Star Tours and this special guest writer. And I'm like, okay. And it shows...
That's right. I remember this story.
Yep. So they show this interior shot of the Star Tours ship. And the cast member saying, like, oh, we have one more guest joining us today. And he's pretty strong in the Force. And guess who fucking walks in the door?
Mark Hamill.
Mark goddamn Hamill.
Yeah, I remember that.
He says, hey, guys, is there an open seat or some shit like that?
Yeah. And then everyone's like,
oh, everyone's losing their shit. He said, oh, my
Yeah.
God, this is Luke Skywalker. And he's going to ride Star Tours with us.
Yeah.
And so they show him riding Star Tours. Everyone's having a good old time. They all get off.
Yeah.
And then they go to the interviews of the people who rode the ride with him. And guess which interview they showed? The little special needs girl talking about how cool Star Wars was.
You're right there.
She had just gotten off the ride.
It was so cool.
She had just gotten off the ride where Luke Skywalker, the Joker, Hamill, was on the ride with her.
Oh, that makes me kind of mad.
He probably exited through the gift shop like everyone else does.
Yeah.
And I didn't even notice because they were just interviewing that girl.
Well, they probably had like an emergency exit for
Yeah,
Mark
who
Hamill,
knows?
so-
Yeah, it's probably true. But who's going to recognize Mark Hamill? It was dark.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I guess.
But I was just like, I don't believe I just missed Mark. I was that close to seeing Mark Hamill. Just to be in his presence.
Son of a bitch.
Whatever. I was happy for those people who got to meet him and everything. But
No,
damn.
fuck that. You would have been Mark Hamill.
No, fuck them. For real. I was, but yeah,
Jesus
so that's my Mark Hamill story.
Oh, that's worse than Daisy, really.
I would say so.
God. Because even before, she became huge, I was like, I want to meet this lady. Because, she's going to be a big star one day.
maybe not like Star Wars big, but she'll be big one day. Yeah.
And, no, she's getting up there. But she, of course, her career's just starting out. But at the time, I was like, I need to meet her so I can say, like, oh, what's up?
Well,
but you missed out on Mark Hamill.
Missed out on Mark Hamill. It was pretty disappointing.
Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry about that.
That's all right.
But sure, we have plenty of more Disneyland stories coming up because
we will be going a lot more now that my pass is good until the summer pops up. Then
there's also an event kind of like Pixar too that I want to cover real quick because
Sure.
I know we're kind of running out of time, but Coachella.
Oh, that music festival.
Yeah, Coachella happened.
Coachella did happen, or it is?
Yeah.
Is it currently? No, wait, it's done.
I think it's done. I think it's just 3
'cause it was just
days.
a weekend thing. You're right. Okay.
Yeah, it's 3 days and that's it. They had a bunch of people playing that. I have no idea who is even headlining, honestly.
No, I don't either.
But one of them I do know though.
Oh, actually, no, I know what one of the headlining things were. Maybe it was a surprise one.
What was it?
Destiny's fucking Child.
That's insane.
Yeah, they got back Beyonce and other ladies.
Yeah. I
Who
honestly
cares?
don't know. Yeah.
Beyonce and the other two not Beyonces.
Yeah. And then Destiny's Child.
They did Destiny's Child.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? Not a huge Beyonce fan. I'm not part of the Beehive.
No, neither am I. I think she's, dare I say it, a little overrated.
She is overrated. However, getting back to Destiny's Child though, that's the fucking soundtrack of the 90s. Let's be honest.
It's
That's like if Backstreet Boys came back and started doing a set, or NSYNC came back and started doing a set.
If Justin Timberlake had a Coachella headline, brings back NSYNC.
Exactly.
That would blow. Oh my god.
Yeah, people would lose their shit.
I would lose my shit.
So they had Destiny's Child perform, and I was like, you know what? Again, not a huge fan, but I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
Now, an even bigger headliner than Destiny's Child was the one, the only, yodeling in Walmart kid, whose name I don't know.
You just singing that Hank Williams song, right?
I believe it was a Hank Williams song.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was a Hank Williams song, now that I think about it.
Yeah.
But for those of you who don't know who the yodeling child is, he's this little boy, just a little whatever boy who was yodeling in Walmart one day and decided to get memed. He got memed hard.
Yeah, and he got memed so hard, in fact, that he decided to, well, he didn't decide, but his agent's like, hey, go play at this drug-fueled music festival called Coachella.
Exactly. And, I'm going to play a little clip from it so people will know what exactly it is I'm talking about here.
Here we go. And this is the end of Arratikast. And that's the moment when Arratikast just completely ends. 2 episodes in.
2 episodes in, we're canceled.
Yeah.
We don't even have any sponsor. We're just canceled. We canceled ourselves.
Yeah, basically, we fireflied ourselves.
Fireflied ourselves. Good reference.
Damn it. But yeah, he headlined for the memes. And that's how you know that internet culture just swept across the nation.
Transcended in just internet culture and turned into the real world. I want you to think about this. People paid $500-600 for these tickets.
Yeah. Even the celebrities are walking amongst people like you and me.
Yeah, and he had yodeling kid.
It had yodeling kid.
Had yodeling kid in there, and that was something else. Is what that was.
I wanted to see that show, honestly.
I feel like I've seen enough in those in those dank meme compilation videos that's enough. I don't need to see anymore.
Yeah.
It's already a dead meme for me.
I don't know, but the difference between seeing Yodeling Kid on a video as compared to seeing him live in concert, his world tour, Yodeling Kid.
I don't know the damn kid's name. Why would I want to go see him live?
You don't need to know. It's just Yodeling Kid.
All right.
Yeah, that's his name for the rest of his life.
Yodeling Kid.
Yeah, so when his manager calls him, he's like, hey, Yodeling Kid.
It says,
I'm 50 years old.
I'm 50 years. You need to call me by my name.
Okay, Yodeling Kid.
You need to call me by my name, and I'll call you by yours.
Oh no! As a guy when a bizarre turn, but
Are you fucking gay?
Poor Yodeling Kid. Now he's gonna get memed on that hard.
Pretty sure
He's gonna cry in front of a fireplace at the end of his career. He just moves on.
And then roll credits.
Roll credits. Oh, that's so sad. You need to watch that movie. It's honestly super sad.
I'm not a fucking faggot.
You don't need to be, okay?
Whatever. I'll watch it.
Yeah, it's good. I don't know. I'm probably not gonna watch it with you. I'm just gonna give you the movie and let you sit in your room.
Yeah, I guess.
But yeah, I probably have no desire to watch it anytime soon. But it's not like Blade Runner or anything. But anyway, back to Yodeling Kid. He performed at Coachella. That's insane. That's how memes have swept the nation. Just everybody knows them. They're like, let's have them perform at music festivals now.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to think of like who else they could have gotten that's kind of popular in the meme game right now.
Well, the earliest, as far as like music festivals and like concerts and stuff, that was like a meme was William Hung.
From American Idol. From like what, 10, 15 years ago?
Yeah,
it's been a while for that guy.
Yeah, he's a meme.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, and he had a couple concerts because
he was just memeing people pretty hard.
He was, and the beautiful thing is that he embraced it. And I think the Yodeling Kid will get to that at some point of his life.
I would say he already has. He was already on Ellen before he was at Coachella.
Was he on Ellen?
He was on Ellen. He was on Ellen talking about how he was a country boy and how living in L.A. is a little too crazy. I saw a car once when I was a young boy, but now they're everywhere. Seemed like everyone went and got themselves in a damn hurry. And then he hung himself on the rafter. Do you get that reference?
Yes.
Yes.
I do, sadly enough. But, god damn it. Some of these people are on Ellen. It was like when Damn Daniel went on Ellen.
What made me pissed off about Damn Daniel is because it wasn't even. It was just Daniel. He wasn't even doing anything. He was just coming to school in white vans.
Yeah, and his friend is just like,
yeah, he was.
Damn, Daniel does some pretty cool kicks.
Damn, Daniel at it again with the white vans.
Yeah.
It was his friend behind the camera who was doing all the fucking work, but he didn't get any recognition. I felt bad for Damn Daniel behind the camera kid.
Yep.
He didn't get shit, but Daniel got all the praise.
Yep.
Poor Daniel.
I actually met him in a retail store.
That's right. Tell me about that.
Yeah, and I didn't ask him anything, and I just remember I was with someone. I nudged my friend. I was like, "Hey, that's Damn Daniel." We were having a conversation about something important, but it wasn't important enough to me where like I nabbed. I was like, "Hey, that's Damn Daniel over there," and they're like, "Oh fuck, that is," and he looked depressed. And I felt bad for the kid because at the moment when I did that, that's when girls started noticing him, and like prepubescent like high school girls.
Yeah.
That they're just like going through their hormones, and then they're like, "Oh my god, Damn Daniel!" And then you see his eyes roll from all the way to the back of his head on how annoyed he was.
He didn't want the attention. He just wanted to go out and just live a normal life.
Yeah, I just want to be a normal kid, and I get it.
Yeah, but that's just kind of the territory that comes with being internet famous, which is the worst type of famous.
Yeah.
You don't get any of the respect. You don't get any of the money. But you get all the annoyance of being a celebrity.
Yeah. And then he's getting all these selfies taken of him with like other teenage girls, and he's just like, fuck, what has this become now?
Yeah.
And I blame Ellen.
You blame Ellen specifically.
Yeah. I blame Ellen because she was the one.
He brought him up. But he was already famous before that.
No, I blame Ellen.
He was a meme before that. That's why he got on Ellen in the first place, is because he was a meme.
I blame Ellen for Damn Daniel. I blame Ellen for having Finding Dory be shitty, and I blame Ellen for being Ellen.
Finding Dory was just a cash grab, and everyone knows it.
Yeah,
even Ellen knows it.
She's like, "Fuck it,
it's money.
Make some of that money, rake in some of that money." But yeah, Coachella happened. Then people were losing their absolute fucking minds about Beyonce and how she changed her nail polish, I guess.
I mean, look,
that was the thing that they were talking about.
Yeah, there's apparently some story where someone had noticed that Beyonce had changed her nail polish color between sets, and everyone was just losing their shit. Like, this is the greatest thing that happened to the world since like the cure for polio.
Yeah.
And
second greatest thing ever since Beyonce gave birth to her child.
Right.
Which were just awful pictures.
God, but it just goes to show you that fans of anything that are that fanatical about things are kind of retarded.
Yeah.
And I mean that in the worst possible way. They're losing their shit over Beyonce's nail color changing between sets. Who cares?
Yeah.
But I guess they do because it's Beyonce.
Yeah. We don't understand because we're not Beyonce fans.
We're not.
Yeah. Well, we are Star Wars fans.
Yeah.
But the thing, even Star Wars fan bases can be a little bit retarded.
Yeah.
We can admit that. We can admit that more than half of our movies are shit.
They are.
The only like legitimately really good ones are the original and Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, New Hope and Empire are the.
Well, I don't like Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, it's a little bit crappy. It's it has its moments. It's not the worst.
Yeah.
But I would say I'm probably gonna get a lot of shit for this, but I enjoy Revenge of the Sith more than I enjoy Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, I like it too, but I can't. There's some days where I'm like, fuck, it's not a good movie.
Yeah, it really isn't. It's just kind of everywhere.
Yeah, but God bless the prequels because we wouldn't have all these memes.
Right, we wouldn't have
every prequel meme is gold.
Yeah, it really is. But yeah, as Star Wars fans, we know that our source content is pretty shitty.
Yeah, even the fans can be shitty, but not all.
Not Beyonce fan shitty.
Yeah. Oh fuck. God damn. And
I mean, it could be worse. It could be Sonic fans.
Oh, or My Little Pony fans.
Ooh, or Undertale fans.
Oh, I'm trying to one up you on cancerous fan bases.
Boy, so we covered our bases. We got My Little Pony. We got Undertale. We got
Undertale.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
Naruto fan, like just anime fans in general. Weeaboos.
Oh, that one's pretty bad.
Yeah.
We actually have a weeaboo living next door to us.
Yeah, but he's kind of cool. I don't want to talk too much shit about him. He's a nice guy.
Well, I think I had a problem with him the other day.
Yeah, I know. He told me about it.
Yeah, fucking guy.
Well, you're sitting around creeping, taking pictures in the middle of the night. I mean, what do you expect?
Comes up to me with this fucking Naruto kunai knife.
Yeah.
Hey, don't come up to him. I was like, hey, yo, calm down. I'm just being me. I'm not stealing anything. I live like right here.
Filming.
Yeah, I'm filming and shit. Yeah, so I can't think of any other cancerous fan bases. So
I mean, I think that's about it. I feel like they all overlap into other ones that we haven't mentioned, but
yeah, but we'll think of some possibly on the next episode. And speaking of the next episode, that is where we end our second episode of Arratikast.
Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, is what we're going to title this.
No, let's not do that.
Note to editor, title this video Revenge of the Clones.
No, let's not do this.
Fantastic, Revenge of the Clones it is.
No, or call it Beychella.
Beychella? All right, I like that better.
That's what the fans are calling it now.
Are they really?
Beyonce, yeah, it's that bad.
I thought we moved past Beyonce, but I guess not. All right,
no, for the views.
True.
Yeah,
True.
For all the views. So, yeah, that's the end of our second episode of Arratikast, and hope you guys had a wonderful time listening, and we had a wonderful time talking about all the random things that we talk about here on this podcast. Yep. I am Ryan.
And I am Eric.
And we'll see you guys next time. See you later.
See ya.